Excellent, good afternoon. This is Simon from Prestige Garden Services, and currently we're on site at the prestigious Ling Lane Road in West Yorkshire. We're currently resurfacing an incredible deck, which you can see behind me has had a good life, but it comes to a stage where you have to take a decision whether you want to rebuild the complete framework and surface, or certainly try to improve the aesthetics of it. Clearly wood is a natural product, it only lasts so long, and without love, care and attention to it, it basically has to be, you have to make a decision basically to resurface or replace. I'm going to spin the camera off myself at the moment and just try and get yourselves so you can see what we're looking at. So, generally speaking, we can see that the whole structure behind me is lacking something which is very important to us, which is effectively noggings between the actual structure. And if I just literally move my foot on some of these beams, you can see the movement on every single one. We have obviously looked at this in some quite detail, and it's been placed on a patio, so effectively the whole structure has been placed on feet. A couple of areas of concern, literally, certainly in and around the actual perimeter of the patio, which is just poorly married up to the actual surface of the actual brickwork. It's not been screwed into the actual brickwork, and you can see that more exposed probably on the right hand side of the property where I've been challenged by the boys, and you can see that the area has just not been really, properly secured, and with that it kind of almost magnifies the issues when you're actually on decking and you're walking on it. It has this obviously flexibility like a trampoline, which I've always talked about. You can see me just pushing my foot there on these beams, so there's nothing held in between the actual beams themselves. And as you look actually closer down on the wood itself, you can, in fact the whole way through, you can see the leaks of the rusted nails, which you can see in obviously the beams. And with that, obviously, becomes wear and tear, movement, and it's not secure. So it's a little bit disappointing to see that the screws that they've not used aren't really the ones that we obviously would use, which obviously would be a lot longer lasting and more effectively weatherproof. So just bear with me 1 second, let's have a look at this. Where we are at the moment, beautiful view in the background, lovely to be working in this particular area. So this is obviously work completed, and as you come down the steps here, work to be completed, you can see that we've obviously had a situation with the wall which is obviously fallen down through to erosion and water, and with that what we actually exposed on the other side was an incredible ant colony. And you can see this, we disturbed them beforehand, and they got very upset, started to move all of the larvae which was in and around this area, and they'll be going now moving further down into the actual wall itself. But it's interesting to see these ants. You might have heard of. Oh, there you go. There's little white things here. Are the larvae, and they're all racing around, looking after the queen at the moment, protecting her, taking her inside, until we get National Flying Ant Day, which is when everyone gets outside, all the males. It's almost like National Mating Day. Everyone gets out, goes, go on, have a bit of a walk about. They all fly about, have a look about. There you go. And they basically, it's one day. Everyone gets busy, everyone looking for a mate. But literally, not harmful. They don't bite, they don't sting. Ants, believe it or not, sleep 8 minutes per 12 hours. Check that out. 8 minutes snooze every 12 hours. They wake up refreshed and carry on building their nest and looking after their livelihood. So there you go. That's a little bit of information of the ants. They all different types of ants, but certainly the biggest question we get asked at the moment is how to get rid of them. How to get rid of them. I mean, there's lots of different ways to get rid of them. Check it out online. There's lots of particular ways. There's also home remedies that you can also cook up at home. But check it out. It's interesting, obviously, to see an ant nest. So there you go. Other than that, we're obviously working on new balustrade, new railings, and new spindles, which, as you can see, which is basically what the guys are doing at the moment in the corner, is securing the first post into the actual corner, and then we'll take a string, work the way backwards to the actual steps, So they've got a straight line, so they can work with the balustrade and get that in place. So to surround security first, and then obviously in and around the actual area. The steps, obviously, and the downfall of the stones is due to water, as I mentioned to you, and it basically water gets inside here and it pops, and literally it just opens up. So the idea here is we're going to open up this area and make a really, really nice, clean and healthy staircase. So it obviously allows more access for people coming up and down the area. So this is Simon from Prestige Garden Services, currently on site on Ling Lane, redecking. Should you need any woodwork completing, decking, resurfacing, fencing, please get in touch on my Facebook, Simon at Prestige Garden Services. You can find us or give us a call, 07423 700401. Have a good afternoon from Simon and the team at Prestige.